Yeah. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's popping. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I just don't let they sat it. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stop checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice. I see you looking, I see you watching. Wasn't too long ago, we was just talking. I'm sorry you hate me now, and I don't mean that I'm sorry for me. I'm just sorry for you, cause you won't get to see what a hot king can do when he's given the chance to become what he knew he could. Now my shit's popping, oh, and I'm shocking. I'm just from Buffalo, I shouldn't make it. Was right by my auntie, but that woman hated me. Good at pretending for everyone faking it. Now I'm awake and I see why they made the choice to kick me out just as soon as I made the choice. Now I'm a king, yeah, that's the thing. Happens a lot. Fatherless kids, yeah, we come by the lot. Changing shit whether you like it or not. He would come like it or not. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's popping. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I just don't let they sat it. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stop checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice. Fuck the whole industry, music and media. Started my own shit. I don't think they feeling me. I just don't get it, so fuck it. I'm done with all this luck shit. Y'all think y'all scaring me, so I address it. But now all your niggas is running. All of your mouths is just running. No talent, but your shit is funded. Now all y'all think y'all real funny. Clown flexing with that fake money. Can't buy shit without real shit, so you rent shit cause you.
Swole Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, 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 test, 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 testing, 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 testicles, a testing, 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 a testing, testicles, a testicles, a testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 1180 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gaincast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and the swole hoes? Oh, do we love those swole hoes? Yes, we do. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me live on Facebook, YouTube at Daily Swole Podcast, Instagram, Periscope, and Twitch. Everywhere you get your eye gains, your ear gains, your swole gains. That's right. We're here. We're here with the evening swole. It's your boy, Papa Swolio, here to fuck your ear holes with some sick fucking gains. Are you ready for some nighttime delight? Because Papa is in the house. I'm in the casa. I'm ready to rage. I'm ready to rock with my cock out in your ears. I don't know. That got weird. Maybe I should switch to the dick cam. Boom, just down here, just fucking swinging. No, I got pants on. I got sweats. I just got my pump on. I hope you just got your pump on too. It's like an evening, sexy radio time, but it's about lifting. So it's like, oh, we just got our pump on. I hope you had a wonderful leg day. Did you now? All right. Those quads, they are on fire. It's time for the evening swole, the daily swole. That's right. What's up, beaches? What's going on? What's good? What's up? What's poppin', every beach? Every beach, everybody, every beach, everybody. Okay. Enough weirdness. Let's get into today's episode, today's Smashcast. Lifting is sexy. Damn straight. Let's see. Well, maybe I'm not wearing pants, but I gotta put that out there. Literally, I gotta put it out there. Maybe I'm not wearing pants. It's my fucking podcast. I don't have to wear pants. That's optional. Pants are optional, by the way. You don't have to wear pants. It's not fair, is it? It's not fair. If you don't have to wear pants, why should I have to wear pants? It's not fucking fair, fam. It's not fair. That's not cool. Not cool. It's not a good look. I should have the option. It's my podcast. I'll do what I want. I got a burp, I think. Oh, yep, I did. Oh, God, that felt good. Now that we have that out of the way. So how pumped is everyone for Thursday? Just a reminder for those of you that are living under a fucking rock and you're not tuned in to everything I post every which fucking place. I posted this. So you would see it and that we can discuss it. This Friday, this Thursday, August 1st. Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern time, Alan Roberts and Michelle McDaniel will be live on the Swole. That's right. We're going to have fucking split screen. And there may be other surprises. I'm not sure. But that's going to be, if you need anything else, I don't know if we have the bandwidth for it. I don't know if we have the bandwidth for those fucking gains. I'm literally going to close every single app. I'm going to clear out everything on my computer, make sure there's nothing running except Skype. Skype is so hit or miss sometimes, so I think it's going to be great. I know it's going to be awesome. It's going to be fucking amazing. But I think we might break the internet. Are we going to break the Daily Swole podcast channel on YouTube? Can we break it? Can we break that channel? I mean, both of those last episodes were fire. If you join me now, just for context, it's funny because right after Alan was on last time, Alan was on what, 2 weeks ago, maybe a little bit longer, maybe 3 weeks ago. Time flies, so it could be a little bit longer. Right after he was on, the podcast was kind of like delayed. It was kind of choppy, and I got pissed off. I'm like, fuck this. I need to make some upgrades and figure some shit out. So upped a bunch of things, and then the streaming. So now everything's been super awesome. So I definitely wanted to bring him back on because we just leveled up with all sorts of different aspects of the podcast. So I wanted to bring him back on, and it was like, you know what? Let's get as many people on as possible. So it's going to be fucking fire. Fire. It's going to be fire. Is King Darius joining? Not on Thursday, but he'll be back on the podcast soon. We're going to bring back a bunch of people. We're going to get a lot more guests coming up, a lot more people, a lot more interesting topics. You're going to love everything. If you love the Daily Swole, it's going to be as legit as it always has been, but we got more people coming and more things going down. So super stoked. Well, I hope we can't break YouTube. I mean, if YouTube breaks, it broke itself. There's no way we can break YouTube. If Joe Rogan can stream every day and all these other big names can stream, we can stream on YouTube. It's just a matter of what goes on behind the scenes. Everyone's like, are we going to get blocked? Are we going to get banned? If there's any time to get banned from YouTube, it'll be when we combine forces on the podcast. No, it'll fly under the radar. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. But just a reminder, you're not going to be able to see this on Instagram. So make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. But I put all the links. The links are on my highlights on Instagram. The links are in my bio. Just go to Daily Swole Podcast on YouTube. So it's going to be super stoked. He might be on the podcast soon. We've been talking. It's one of those things where it's hard to sometimes get everyone, because everyone's in different time zones. Everyone's around the world. So a lot of people to try to get everyone at one place. And you can imagine how busy everyone is. Michelle's busy. Alan's busy as shit. I'm busy. But I mean, as long as we make time for each other, it's fine. But we're going to have a great conversation and we'll see what everyone's posting. We'll see what's trending. And there's a bunch of topics. And here's the thing. There's a bunch of videos that I wanted to make for the main channel. But I think what's going to happen, because there's a lot of stuff going on from here till then, I think we're just going to bring up a bunch of stuff, like a lot of trending stuff, rather than me make a video and do all the editing. I think we're just going to hash it out right here on the podcast. So it's going to be lit. It's going to be fire. Yeah. If you're a snowflake, if you're sensitive, not for you. If you're sensitive, not for you. Thursday is not for you. If you're a gentle snowflake, do not partake in the podcast. Do not show up. If you're sensitive, if your feelings get easily hurt, do not show. Don't pay attention. Don't be here on Thursday if you're sensitive. Because there's no shortage of lack of feelings. But here's the thing. What's funny and what's awesome and what's amazing about each of these people is, as harsh, and I like to think of myself in the same group, which is why we're doing the podcast together, as harsh as we are with our content, it has a good message. It has a message to actually help people. I don't hate fat people. Alan doesn't hate fat people. Michelle doesn't hate fat people. No one that makes legit content that has solid followings like all of us, no one hates anyone. Now, I don't hate anyone that's obese. I don't hate anyone that's fat. I don't hate it. I just don't like changing words. I don't like hiding behind and, using the word fat as a weapon. It's not a weapon. It's descriptive. It's a word. Let's not change language. We have words that mean things. Let's keep it that way. Let's address the actual problem. What is the actual problem? Is it your feelings? That's not the problem. You can't pretend. You can't exchange facts for feelings. You can't. You can't put feelings before facts. Again, like I've said in many of my videos, Alan's done this, Michelle, You don't wake up and you feel, I feel a little diabetic today. I'm feeling a little diabetic. I'm a little under the weather. I'm a little diabetes, a little type 2, a little sprinkle of type 2. No, that's not how it works. That is absolutely not how it works. You can't do that. Can't happen. You can't just feel diabetic. I can't feel a little metabolic syndrome, a little heart disease, a little heart diseasey, a little on the diseasey side. Nope. Facts. Facts don't care about your feelings. Facts do not care about your feelings. Doesn't care. The reality of the situation, the reality of life, the reality of the facts, reality doesn't care about your feelings. You can feel however you want. The facts are the facts. So, of course, we're going to hash out all those things. Let's see. Can you use Zoom and stream it instead of Skype? I could, but Skype perfectly integrates with my service. It's optimized for Skype, so I wouldn't play around with Zoom. Maybe in the future, but I'm not going to fuck with it until then. Skype has an integrated NDI with my, if you know the technical phrases, with my streaming service. So anyway, but that's a good option. I have Zoom, but we'll see. Maybe that'll be something in the future, but everyone's got Skype. Skype is so ubiquitous, but sometimes it can be hit or miss. It doesn't, we're connecting across the waves, across the earth, across the country. Literally, I'm in the South. I'm in Southeast. Alan's in the Northeast-ish and Mid-Atlantic, and Michelle's in San Diego. So it's all over the country. All right. So today's episode, delts are looking striated. Why, thank you. I'm feeling good. Oh God, I hurt myself. Oh, Jesus. And I did back, I did biceps, I did some shoulders today and some forearms. Today was a good day. I'm super stoked because my gym just got a glute drive, a Nautilus glute drive. If you don't know what that is, it's one of the few machines that's fucking amazing. I've been hoping to fucking get one for a long time. I mean, it's not my gym, it's not my choice, but a bunch of people have been vying for a glute drive for a while. So Papa Swole's glutes are gonna pop. It's great. I love hip bridges. I love barbell hip bridges, but the glute drive, the Nautilus glute drive, is a phenomenal machine. If I ever make a home gym, which I plan on doing, that would be one of those pieces of, or something similar to that would be one of the pieces of equipment that I would have in a home gym. Please be careful. You can get pretty sore. What? No shit. Fuck yeah. Beat that ass up. Beat that fucking ass up. I want my ass to be fucking just mush, but then I want it to rise like a phoenix. I want my glutes to rise like a phoenix, rise from the ashes, rise gluteus, rise and be swole, rise and be swole. Hell yeah. Okay. Awkward silence. Let's talk about sleep. So I have on the board behind me floor gains, and today is Sleeping Swole. I want to talk a little bit more about sleep, but not really what you probably think. The topic I want to cover is not necessarily the length of sleep and the quality of sleep, but I'll start there. I'm no sleep expert, by the way. So we talk about deep sleep waves, blah, blah, blah. There are a lot of other people you can listen to for that kind of like biohacking type stuff and all those different waves, like Ben Greenfield and these people that are just fucking, putting red lights on their ball sacks and shit like that. People that are really into all the different hacks with sleep, but it's extremely important. Let's just preface this whole topic that sleep is unbelievably important. It's essential. I talk about it a lot because that's one of the things that I guess essentially struggle with. I make sure that I do get sleep. If I go to sleep stupid late, I still make sure I get hours. But even if you go to sleep at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and you sleep till 1, you wake up and you feel like you got hit by a fucking train. It's about consistent sleep, consistent schedule. And everyone's a little bit different. Some people believe you can go to sleep a little bit later and sleep later. It isn't necessarily required to get up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. Not everyone can work like that. But I think we can agree, regardless of all those details, you can comment below. But I think we can all agree that the length of sleep and the quality of that sleep is important. And that's going to vary from person to person. And I think we can debate that, and that's very individualized. But I think we can all agree the length and the quality is very important. But I want to talk a little bit something else. I sleep on the floor. I don't know if any of you sleep on a platform bed, you sleep on a high bed. I sleep on the floor. Now, we have a mattress, but what's funny is because this was like last year, or a year before. And there's been a bunch of periods of my life where I slept primarily on the floor on like a pad. And I've done it for long periods of time before, but for a while, sleep on a bed, I don't really get that comfortable. Plus, it's limited. Now, when we sleep, I think those last year there was some issue. When the air conditioning went out, we had a portable unit, and the other room, the office here, was really cold because it's smaller and it was able to stay cold. So we just brought in the pad, threw it on the floor, and slept in here for like several weeks. Actually, just became comfortable. So now we go back in the other room. And now we just sleep on the floor next to the mattress. We're not even sleeping on the fucking mattress. So I have one of those, I don't know if it's one of, what the fuck you would call it, one of those memory foam pads, those toppers, but it's on the ground. And there's a carpet and there's a little bit like a rug there. So there's some extra little like a carpet pad. So it's always been very comfortable. I could just lay on the floor and it's a super comfortable, just like stretch out when I come back from the gym or just kind of waking up. So now that we're sleeping on the floor, it's great. It's a never-ending bed. It's a never-ending bed. When you sleep on the floor, the bed goes on forever. You don't need a nightstand because you reach over and your phone is there or your water is there. It's just there. You just have an endless bed. It's an endless bed. It's like an infinity pool, but it's an infinity bed, essentially. You don't have to worry. You can like hang a leg off because the carpet, it's right there. There's nothing to fall off of. There's nothing to get into, essentially. But this is not a conversation about like the hardness or the stiffness of the bed. You all can drop your comments. How do you sleep? I want to hear. Just drop in the comments below. The important aspect of this is not so much the comfort. It's not about the stiffness. Oh, this is good for my back. This is bad for me, blah, blah. This is about actually getting down on the ground and getting up from the ground. This is about mobility. This is about longevity. If you think about it, when you are, let's say, getting into a bed, all you do is you sit down, you kind of lie down, and then you kind of roll off. You're limiting your mobility by getting into a bed. If you are getting down on the ground, you're getting a full complete lowering onto the ground, and you have to get up from that deep floor position, from a squat, pushing up. You're going through a full range of motion. It's very functional for a human being to get up and off the floor. If you think about what people have problems with falling down as they get older. Now, this is long-term thinking. This is obviously, okay, if we're talking about people having problems falling and breaking their hip, I'm talking from my perspective, from my personal vantage point, how old I am, I'm talking 40, 50 years down the road, at least. So if you're getting down and getting up, what you're doing every day, at least once, because sometimes you might get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. So at least once, you're getting all the way down and getting all the way up, full mobility, full complete mobility, once a day, minimum. At least once a day, you're going through a full range of motion. Now, I don't think that is short-sighted. I know that's a long-term vision. I know a lot of people, oh my God, you're getting a little aggressive, man. You're doing this so you can get up in the future. I'm sleeping on the floor because I find it more comfortable. However, when you think about the functionality and the functional nature and the benefits long-term of getting all the way down, getting all the way up, you're controlling your body mass to a lowered position. You're less likely to fall as you get older because you're building that strength. You're having that muscular integrity with those eccentric lengthening contractions, decelerating your mass to the ground. You're not flopping on the ground. A lot of people, as they get older, they break their hip or they break their tailbone because they flop back in a couch or usually just flopping down. They don't control with their muscles. Then first thing in the morning, you're getting up and you're pushing through a full range of motion. And sometimes, like I said, it might be 2 or 3 times. Let's say you lie down. Oh, I forgot to do this. I forgot to turn off the light. And you get all the way back up. You're moving more. It's a very subtle background situation, but you're moving more. And I've been thinking about this a lot more during like my meditations and just kind of reflecting. You're getting up and getting down a lot more. It's subtle exercise. Now, it might not seem like a big deal because, I get down and get back up. But if you're doing it, let's say 2 or 3 times a day, up, down, up, down, up, down, every single day, let's say it's 3 times every day for a year on average. That's 1,000 times a year. What about 20 years? That's 20,000 times. What about 40 years? That's 40,000 times. Do you think if you do something 40,000 times, If you do something 40,000 times, that's going to lead to something beneficial. Fuck yeah. So when you're 80, you're going to be getting down and getting back up the same way you did when you were 20, when you were 30. This is just my thoughts. These are my perspectives. I mean, this is what I see. I know that kind of low level, repetitious exercise is what your body is going to adapt to. That's why people have problems with flexibility, mobility. That's why you have problems with your hips and your hip flexors, because you're sitting down. It's a repetitive movement pattern. You're not moving. It's quite the opposite. It's your lack of movement that's repetitive. You're in a hip flex position. Your hip flexors get really tight and stiff. Your glutes get really inhibited, lengthened, deactivated. So you have to do glute isolation exercises. That way, when you're doing squats and lunges, you don't feel it too much in your hamstrings, blah, 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 blah. I think it's really interesting. I think it's a really interesting concept. Now, I'm not saying I'm not saying you have to go sleep on the ground, but one, it's more comfortable for me, so that's a win. Two, I just held up 3 fucking fingers. I'm an idiot. 2, you're improving your mobility. Even when you're not, you're just moving more. You're moving more. You're cycling through more muscles. You're working more stabilization. You're working more proprioception. You're just working more coordination. You're keeping your body more young by going through those full ranges of motion. Again, yoga helps in doing full squats and not sitting down in a locked position. But I think it's a great concept. It's a great benefit. It's a great little bump to the fact of the matter that I just like it more. I prefer it. Now, does that mean that if you sleep on a bed, you're going to have trouble moving? No, I mean, you could do all these sorts of exercises, but this is something that I've been thinking about because in addition to just it being more comfortable for me, the fact that I'm getting up and I'm getting back down and I'm getting up and I'm getting back down, that has a benefit, no doubt, much more than sleeping in an actual bed. It's just a fact. I'm doing more work than you. I'm doing more mobility work. It's more functional for me to get up off the ground and sit back down and get back down comfortably and controlled over and over again for 40 years than to just sit back into a bed like I'm sitting down into a chair. It's much more, I get more out of it. I'm getting more out of it than you. Does that mean that I'm going to be more mobile than you? That doesn't mean that. Unless, if you're doing other things to help with it on the side, just a thought, because some of you might like to sleep on the floor. Some of you might have played around with that idea. Some of you have never tried it, never thought about it. You have a problem, Jerry? Give you a break for what? You got a problem, bro? Drop some actual comments. Give you a break for what? I don't know if you're talking to someone else or you're talking to me. I'd love to hear your response if you have anything negative to say about what I just said. People get so fucking butthurt when there's an idea that they're not comfortable with. I'm not saying that Jerry is, but it's very common. It's very common for people to be like, oh, come on. You're taking it too seriously. I don't give a fuck if you sleep on the floor. I'm just telling you that I do. And this is a thought that I have. Even if it wasn't helping me, I'd still sleep on the floor. I sleep better. Even if it's not a risk. It's better. I fucking love it. I love sleeping on the floor. I love sleeping low to the ground. I love sleeping on a hard surface. Feels better. You can fucking sleep in a nice, cushy fucking cloud if you want to. Most people actually, from a medical standpoint, say a harder surface is better. But look, if you're sleeping better with X, Y, and Z, then fucking do it. I'm not here to change how you sleep, but you might actually consider, oh, cool, an extra benefit. A lot of you don't think about this kind of shit. So my podcast, I will tell you what I do. Yes, Jerry, I'm putting your comment, talking to you. You have greater mobility because you lay on the floor. Did you not hear? Open your fucking ears, bro. Did you not hear anything I just said? What is one of the major things that people have a problem with when they're obese or when they're older? They can't get up off the fucking ground. How old are you? Because do you remember the famous commercials? I've fallen, help, I've fallen and I can't get up. Those LifeLock or Life Alert because people can't fucking get up when they're on the ground. Yeah, it matters. If you've never been around old people, you're going to get there. Trust me, you're going to get there. You're going to get there. How many of you deal with elderly people? How many of you have seen how older people move? I don't have greater mobility because I lay on the floor. The mobility happens when you're moving because you're getting up off the floor. Go listen to the podcast again, bro. That's not what I said at all. I have more mobility for sure. I'm working more on mobility. It's called moving from getting up off the floor and getting back down. 1000%. You lying in a bed and just kind of flopping back from a seated position is less mobility than getting down to the ground and standing up. Now, if you don't want to do that, that's fine. I don't care. I don't give a fuck how you sleep. Jerry, go sleep in a fucking hammock. I don't give a shit. So for example, like, look, you can say, oh, I want to sleep on a bed. And then you sit down and lay on the ground and then stand back up. You can do, do your yoga, do your weightlifting, do your mobility. I'm not saying you can't be mobile. This is just a background thought that I've been thinking of because, hey, I was thinking about sleeping on the ground. I was getting up and I'm thinking, I'm getting down. I'm getting from a ground position. This is what a lot of people struggle with. And in the back of my head, I'm thinking it's also another added benefit. So in the background, without even thinking about it, I'm getting down, I'm getting back up, I'm getting more muscle action when I'm getting down to bed. It's one of those small little repetitions, one of those low key repetitions that I don't even notice. And you wouldn't notice either. You're just getting down and standing up. And then all of a sudden, 60 years later, you realize I've gotten down and stood back up 60,000 extra times. It's more muscle activation, it's more neuromuscular control, it's more eccentric deceleration control. It's a fact. Now, if you're also doing mobility and yoga and strength training, it doesn't mean that you're going to fall and break your hip and not have mobility if you practice mobility. But most of you skip a lot of mobility. Most of you aren't doing yoga. Most of you aren't doing mobility. Most of you listening, hopefully not most of you because you're my audience, but a lot of people, the vast majority of people are going to be these obese, immobile, fat fucks with diabetes and metabolic syndrome. That's a fact. Most people are. That's why myself, that's why Michelle, that's why Alan Roberts, that's why all of us are making these videos about fat acceptance shit because it fucking kills people. It's a huge problem. So this is kind of like a silver lining, like, if I'm getting down in the bed, I'm also getting some extra reps in, something to think about. I'm also practicing mobility. I'm also doing yoga. I'm also doing strength training. I'm also meditating. I'm also trying to eat well. I'm also doing other things. So this is certainly not going to make or break my fitness. But in addition to feeling better when I sleep and getting better sleep, it's an added bonus. And I was thinking, that's another nice little thing. That's an angle of sleep that most people won't think about. It's not the sleep, it's getting down and getting back up. It's a cool thing to think about. It's a little bit extra. In addition to everything I'm doing, I'm also getting a little bit more. It's a very functional thing to do, to get down and to get back up. Just a thought. Doesn't have to change how you sleep. I just want to do a sleeping episode, and I thought that was an interesting observation. So if you have a bed, and that's why I was asking you, how do you sleep? I don't give a fuck. Maybe you sleep like a fucking angel in a bed. Good. Sleep in a bed. Sleep in a fucking bed. Sleep on a couch. Sleep on a hammock. Sleep on a futon. Sleep however the fuck you want. I'm not here to change your sleep. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care how you fucking sleep. Just don't show up in the comments and be a fucking twat. That's a new outro song. Don't be a twat on the Daily Swole. Get the fuck out if you're gonna be a little bitch. Okay. It's Papa Swolio raps. Papa Swolio sings coming out this Christmas. So how we doing? Let's see. I'm down 40 pounds. Catherine Griffin Green. Holy name. KGG. I'm down 40 pounds. I watch all three of you for inspiration, motivation. Excellent. You're going to get inspired and motivated like a motherfucker on Thursday. It's going to be nice. Who knows? You know what? It's Tuesday. Who knows what's going to happen from now until Thursday? Who knows who's going to say some stupid shit? Who knows who's going to post some dumb fucking shit? I have so many videos I want to make. Oh my God. It's just like it's a tough week. It's a tough week. I have so many videos I want to come out and like, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be like trending topic. I have like 3 or 4 videos that are going to be like, I really want to drop hard, but I might wait till after Thursday. I know, Jessica. I know. You've been saying Papa Swolio sings for like a year. Yeah. Can you imagine how it's not a top priority and it hasn't been a top priority? Papa Swolio sings has not been top of my list. It hasn't. It probably should be. But I'll put it out there. I talk about accountability. I'm going to hold myself accountable. I'm going to put together some jingles. I'll put together some ringtones. I'll put together a nice little package for everyone. Would you like that? Would you like that? Everyone? You're fucking happy, Jessica? You happy? Jessica French. It's always the French. It's always the French. It's always the French. I'm just kidding. Rude. I need it. All right. Fine. Everyone, you can thank Jessica. Jessica has convinced me on live podcast. Papa Swole sings. I'll do it. Fuck. I'll do it. That's exactly. Yes, Nicholas. I have a Christmas album. It needs to be just a full album. A full album. I'll put something out. Danny's doing the 90-day dash and having a lot of trouble staying balanced and stable on the single leg exercise. How can I help this? Practice. Squeeze your glutes, suck your stomach in, practice. You're supposed to have trouble staying balanced until you get better at balance. That's why you're having trouble. Practice, bro. You got it. You're doing it. That's the practice. Just by doing it and having trouble, you'll get better at it. Trust me. All of a sudden you'll get it. And be like, whoa, it's all good. Yeah, it's Papa Swole. Baby girl. Baby, hey. Want to come on the podcast? Yeah, good girl. She doesn't give a fuck. Hockey Hyper, what's up? Started with Cavalier, went to Roberts, and added Papa Swole. Gone for 228 pounds to 178 since November. Dude, it's 50 pounds. 50 pounds dropping. Some weight loss gains there, son. Big nuts. Yeah, big nuts resting on an open chin. That's right. Oh, it's going to be, the album's going to have all sorts of things. I don't know if it's going to be just a Christmas album. It might be just Papa Swole sings. Maybe I'll have both. I got a lot. Who wants a driving while gaining? Who wants a brand new one? What's my cat doing? Get the fuck out of here. She could be a cat. She's quiet like a cat. Who wants a DWG? Might drop one tomorrow, fam. Maybe tomorrow's the day for another DWG. Might be ripe. It might be time. Who wants a DWG? If you rep in the comments enough. If you rep in the comments enough, I'll do it. If I get 100,000 subscribers tonight, I'll do it. No, I'll do it. You missed the driving vids. I did one like 2 vids ago. I just dropped one like the other day. Yeah, there's more of those coming, and some gear. Got some t-shirts and shit. So we got some new stuff. Bow, 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 bow. A collaboration with Allen's goddamn. Oh, there's some stuff coming. You don't even know. You don't know what's going on. You don't all know what's going on behind the scenes. You don't have all the answers. Can't tell you everything. Got to leave something to be, got to leave something else on the table. Would you ever have someone on your podcast who you don't agree on anything? I guess. I don't know if someone who doesn't agree would want to be on. I'm not down with debates necessarily. I'm not really trying to do debate type podcasts. I don't, if you're arguing with someone, it doesn't necessarily lead to anything valuable. It depends on the context, depends on the person, depends on the conversation. I'm not here to compare facts and to compare scientific studies, but I'm happy to have to moderate or to have a couple people on. Not necessarily here to debate someone back and forth. I'm very opinionated, but I have very open opinions. I'm okay with what you want to do. For example, if you want to be a vegan, I don't agree with it. I don't personally think it's a great option. I don't think it's a good idea. However, if you do all your elimination and your health takes you that direction and you fucking love it, I'm not good. It's fine if you want to do it. It's also fine if I criticize it. It's fun if I tease you. It's fine if I tease you. You can tease me. I just don't really care if you do it or not. I just don't like militant people that think that their way is the highway and their way is the best. And if you don't do theirs and you're wrong, that's the militant, that's the religious. That's the same thing as religion. I fucking hate that shit. Everyone that believes their way is the right way. It's stupid. It's fucking dumb. It's dumb. I don't think that's a great way to go through. The problem is when people encroach and get into other people's business. Now you can comment and make criticisms. That's fine. That's totally fine if you critique someone. But if you're actually, if you want to be fat, that's fine too. I have an issue with someone that's fat telling other people that it's okay to be fat, that if they're fat, they're not going to have any health risks. When you're lying to people, when you're being misleading, there's different layers to it. But welcome to the internet. You're free to have your own opinions. That camera, very good quality. Looks like you have a green screen in the background. Certainly, I know. Certainly don't, though. That's all real shit. That's real life. That's my real environment. I know. Papa Swole, when you got such a badass fucking swole hole, it looks like green screen. No, those are all my note cards on the wall. All that shit. I was laying on the floor. Nice. I'm cool with you too, Jerry. I'm just busting chops. I'm not going off the deep end. I'm telling you that when you get down on the ground and get back up, you're moving more than when you're just lying down doing nothing. I'm not going off the deep end. I'm just literally stating facts. I'll take a couple questions before we wrap up. Wildland Warrior Kota. How do I keep on keeping on when you're stressed out? What do you mean? Like, how do I keep working or doing stuff even when I'm stressed out? I don't know. I mean, I meditate, I work out. And one of the things that the Daily Swole does is it helps keep me fucking executing even if I don't feel like it. So, bottom line, if today's Thursday and it's like if Thursday comes around, I mean, I'm stoked for Thursday, but when Thursday comes around, if I don't feel like, I don't feel like doing the podcast today, it doesn't matter. I'm doing the podcast at 5 p.m. Committed to it. We planned it. I'll be excited for it. But if I have a headache, if I don't feel well, I'm going to do the podcast. So doing the Daily Swole every day keeps me consistent. It's like it's like any kind of habit that you set during the day. So if you make your bed first thing in the morning, or you go to the gym first thing, or you have your routine, any type of routine that you can set, any type of habit that you can set is going to help you out. Habits are always great. Habits are always going to keep you on track because it's a standard. It sets the tone. And if you have positive habits and things that you can rep and that are moving you forward, that you're executing every day, it leads. It's contagious. So if you have one success, it leads to another success. So every day I'm putting out a podcast. Every day I'm doing work. I'm uploading a podcast. I'm doing a live stream, and then I'll do this. And it leads to other things because it has connotations with other things I'm doing. I don't always have super productive days. Even from the outside, it's not always super productive. I'm not always on top of the world. I don't always have all the ideas, and sometimes I just feel like I'm in a funk, but the next day I'm fine, just like all of you. Sometimes everything's not like going my way, but it happens. But then the next day, wouldn't you know it, I buckle down, and the next day is the most productive day I've had in a while. So it goes both ways. Yeah, the wall, a lot of you are asking about the wall. Now you can't see it because of the aperture on the camera, but all those, it's not wallpaper, it's note cards. It's note cards with quotes and different things that are important to me. So it's fucking awesome. If I ever get kind of like in a funk, I'll just like spin around, just kind of look at the wall, and I'll pick one like, that's good shit. All my favorite quotes are on the wall. Have I read Atomic Habits by James Clear? No, I haven't. Atomic Habits. Ooh. Hanley Ortiz, nice name. No questions, just peered back to feel, just back to feel my ear holes. Some Daily Swole, getting some gains. Those ear holes. Hell yeah. Bow, bow, bow. Let's see. Yeah, just like Nike's slogan. Yeah, Nike's gone downhill in recent years. Everyone's got to get political, don't they? All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see. Catherine again. Anytime I don't feel like going to the gym, I tell myself no one cares if you don't go. That's really one of the simplest messages you can give yourself. No one does care if you go or not. No one cares. I don't care, nor should they care. No one should care if you go or not. Do you care if you go? Is it important to you if you go to the gym? Is it important for you to get it done? If it's important for you, then you're going to go. If it's important for someone else and you don't want to go, you're not going to be consistent with it. That's one of the problems. I got itchy. I got to trim my beard. I got like all these little stray hairs that are like going into my nose, out of my nose, up my nose, into my mouth. There's just too much hair going on. But that's one of the things when you have a family member. If you have a spouse, how many of you have a spouse or family member? We can take a little poll and talk about this for a second. How many of you have a spouse or a family member or someone in your like inner circle that doesn't want to be fit? I've had a question, someone say, hey, aren't you gonna make more content? I answered this question actually. I think yesterday on yesterday's little Instagram stories, I responded to a bunch of questions. Someone asked me, what do you do when you have a spouse? Or are you gonna make any content or videos about a spouse, or when you have a spouse that doesn't want to be as healthy as you, when they're not as healthy as you? And I said, get a new fucking spouse, get a new partner. You're going to be, I know it's easier said than done, I guess, especially if you have kids and everything's in your name and stuff like that. But you're going to be with this person for the rest of your life and they're not going to take care of their health. You need to have a serious conversation because that's going to be a shitty fucking life. You're going to be healthy. You're going to be fit. You're going to be taking care of your body, eating good shit. They're going to be eating fucking McDonald's and Burger King and Taco Bell and eating chips and soda and fucking sitting on the couch. That is not going to last. It's not going to go well because they're going to look like shit. But it's more than just how you look, because you might not mind if your spouse or someone isn't shredded to the bone. This is not about your preferences, your sexual preferences. But for me, it's not so much about how the person looks. It's about knowing that they're taking care and they respect their body. You don't have to look like a fucking supermodel, but if you're training and you're putting effort into your health, that's attractive. How you look and what you're attracted to depends. Not everyone likes abs. Not everyone likes big biceps. Not everyone likes big calves. That's usually someone's internal insecurities and the other person doesn't give a shit. However, it's important to have that, I guess, that kind of team atmosphere because food is such an important part of everyone's life. It's fuel. It shouldn't be viewed as just entertainment all the time, but that's what you have in your house. That's what you're surrounding yourself with. That's the food. You're going to be smelling garbage food and seeing the person eat that crap in your head. You're like, God, they don't give a fuck about their health. And if you're spending your life with this person, you know you're going to have to take care of them. What are you going to be giving them shots? You're going to be going to the store and getting their diabetic medication. Like they're the one, you're going to be taking care of that person. That's going to be your life. You're going to be taking care of that sick person. And it's up to you. I'm not telling you to break up with your husband or wife and shit like that, but think about it. You have a choice. You don't have to get stuck just because you got married. People get divorced all the time, sometimes for bad reasons. But then again, divorce has saved so many marriages because divorce isn't always bad. You got two people that don't want to be together. Get a fucking divorce. This isn't 1920s. This isn't your fucking grandparents that would stay together no matter what. It's not the generation that looked at divorce as like the end of the world. Or don't get like, it's not, you got to be happy. You got to be happy. Do you want to be with someone that takes care of themselves or not? And if you don't, you're going to make all sorts of justifications for it though, to stay with someone. And again, I'm not a relationship doctor. I'm not trying to be like, well, I'll fix your relationship. Sometimes there is no fixing. How do you fix that? You have a real serious conversation, and what if they don't change? Then what? Now what? Now what are you going to do? Now what are you going to do? What next? What next? There are 7 billion people in the world. There's other people that work out. It doesn't have to be that one person. Maybe they don't want to. A lot of times that you're not communicating. You're not having that conversation. You're not actually explaining to them what you want. And that's right, Aaron. People can grow apart. People can get together. If you get together with someone when you're 20, when you're 40, that's 20 years of developing as a person. Maybe you're not the same person. Just because you're comfortable and you know that person still doesn't mean that you're optimal for each other. Maybe be happier when you're not together. Just a thought. Anna on Instagram, a spouse who won't get active will need more help in the long run. For sure. My wife thinks I'm going through a midlife crisis because of my lifestyle change. Maybe you are. I would own that. Yeah, I'm going through a midlife crisis. Absolutely. I'm in the middle of my life and I'm realizing, holy shit, I'm going to fucking have major issues if I don't turn this ship around. That's a good midlife crisis. That's a good fucking holy shit. That's not a midlife crisis. That's a midlife wake-up call. You realize that you need to change your shit so you actually have a second half of your life. You might not be midlife if you're not healthy. You might be 3/4 through your life. You might be 2/3. Might not be midlife, yo. If you're really unhealthy, you might be way past your midlife. You don't know when that end is coming, especially if you're unhealthy. It's a wake-up call. It's a swole life crisis. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate the layup. It's a swole life crisis. Whatever it is, I don't think it's a bad thing. If you wake up, no matter when you are, I don't care if you're 80 or you're 20, you wake up one day and you realize I need to start taking care of my body, no matter when that is, that's a good thing. Dr. Swolio defeats Dr. Phil. Well, I won't say I go completely on I don't know if I'm better than Dr. Phil. talks like, I need to get a big old handlebar mustache. I don't know if that was even a good impression. I never really hear him talk. Duct tape fixes everything. You mean closing someone's mouth or holding someone against their will? Duct tape could be kidnapping. You're probably wanted for murder, so I'd lay low for a while. Brick. Anchorman fans out there? No one? I know, everyone loves Anchorman. That's a great impression. Cool, nailed it. Tommy Mays, it's frustrating when a family member lives an unhealthy lifestyle. Midlife awakening. Could do like a Dr. Phil episode. Kim Winels, I completely changed when I started working out 6 years ago. The ones around me are the same. It doesn't stop me. It can't stop you. You have to live and learn and like lead by example. It's just hard when there's people that you care about and you know they're not taking care of their health. I get this question a lot and I don't really have a great answer. I don't have a great answer because it's easy to say things and be like, oh, well, you just got to find a new spouse. People are like, well, how the fuck am I going to do that? Tinder works. Swipe right, motherfucker. You'll find someone. Find someone you want to bang and then get to know them. And if they're cool, hey, you already know you got the first part down. It's the smartest app ever created. But when it comes to, dealing with that, it's not always easy because you have your whole life intertwined. You have your whole life intertwined. You have your whole life tied in with these other people. And you care about them. But it doesn't mean that you need to subject yourself and bring yourself down to their level. That's that's what this is all about. You don't want to lower your standards because of those around you. That's why you have to get new people. That's why you raise your standard. That's why you get new friends. That's why you associate yourself with new people. Yeah, Tinder. Met Mama Swole on Tinder. Ain't afraid to say it. Fuck yeah. I was too busy with my shit. I'm focused on my shit. And I'm like, I am going all in. I'm going all in and doing my shit. I didn't have time to go and, what am I going to go to the bar and be like, hey, baby, you come here often? I don't want to fucking be with anyone that meets someone, gets picked up at a bar. I don't want to meet someone that way. It's not for me. I don't want to meet anyone that would allow themselves to get met at a bar. I don't want to meet anyone that way. I want to meet someone that respects themselves. I want to meet someone that respects themselves. I'll meet them on Tinder. I think that's the best place to meet someone. I don't know how the app is now. I haven't been on it in a long time. But the way it was in my day, you would see and be like, ooh, I'd fuck that. And you'd swipe right. And that chick's jacked. She's busted. Swipe left. Ooh, she's pretty hot. Swipe right. Oh, she's really hot. Super like, or swipe right. And busted. Swipe left. That's it. You go by attraction because guess what? We're prejudiced. Why do you don't want to be with anyone? This person sounds nice on eHarmony. We have a lot in common, but they're a fucking cave troll. You don't want to be with that person. Don't want to be with that person. It doesn't make it makes 1000% sense. Do you want to hit that? Yes. Oh, they happen to be a nice person. Oh shit. Let's hook up again. Oh shit, they're really cool. Let's keep hanging out. Oh, let's start dating. There you go. Done. That app literally just went right to the point. Come on, do you want to bang this person or not? No? All right, here's another one. What about her? Want to hit this? No? All right, next. You want to hit this? No? All right. Hey, look at this one. Yeah, she looks good. Like, okay, cool. So, all right, I'll keep that. I'll let her know. I'll let her know that you like her. Okay, what about this one? No? All right, so what about this one? No? Just like the Tinder person's like, what about this? No? All right. How about this one? No? No? Okay. This? Yeah? Yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'll hit her up. All right, what about this one? That's the Tinder. It's the worst place to meet a guy. Maybe. I don't know. She met me and I met her, so it worked out for both of us. I know a lot of people. I think that's bullshit. I don't think it's the worst place to meet a guy. I think that's society just blurring that, or I think that's a sexist way to think about it. I think it's the best way to meet people. You meet someone, look, a girl doesn't have to accept it or doesn't have to, because on Tinder or the way it was, you only got a message or when it was a match, which means they swiped and you swiped. So you were like, ooh, he's hot. And he was like, oh, she's hot. You both swiped. Oh, now you can have a conversation. How is that wrong? Oh, it's not the worst place to meet a guy. It's not the worst place. Maybe you just didn't screen properly. You shouldn't have swiped. Maybe it's not Tinder, it's you. It's all right. You don't have to win every time. It's reps. Doesn't mean be a hoe. It's repetitions. When you meet the person you love and you meet the person you're going to be with forever, and then, okay, so whoever you are with now, guess what? Every single person before you didn't work out. So every single person you've ever been with was a, quote, failure. But that doesn't mean that they were failures. That means, okay, you learned what you didn't like, and now you know what you like. So you know the warning signs. The guy was abusive. Well, that's fucking terrible. But not every guy on Tinder is abusive. That's a shitty stroke of luck. I'm sorry to hear that. However, that doesn't mean that Tinder's a shitty place to meet people. There's a creep, dude. There's people are crazy everywhere. People are crazy everywhere. In real life, if it's not Tinder, it's Match, it's eHarmony. It used to be AOL chat rooms. Remember that? ASL, age, sex, location, Everyone's like trying to hook up online. Everyone. Then it was like classifieds and things, ads and stuff. And you're going to, those speed dating things. People are weird. How much can you learn about someone in a short period of time? That's why you date, and then you figure out like, oh, cool. And then you kind of move in, or you hang out a lot more. And eventually, you get married, you move in, you do whatever. Yeah, a lot of people meet. Look, it's hit or miss. It's always going to be hit or miss, but at least there are options like that out there. Anyway, just make sure you're not swiping with beer goggles on. Well, look, and then let's say you hit a match, like, oh shit, I hit that by accident. And the person messages you, or you just don't send the message. You match and then you're just like, oh, I made a mistake. You just don't message them. You don't have to be, if you go on there and you expect to like not get your feelings hurt, I mean, you have to treat Tinder like, you have to treat it. I think the best way to treat it is the way I was treating it. You don't go there expecting to meet someone. You don't go there expecting to hook up. Go there to fuck around. Like, go on Tinder, like, take it seriously. Like, don't swipe on people that you wouldn't be attracted to, but don't like put stock in it. Just do it kind of casually. Like, you're on the toilet, you're like, you got 5 minutes at work, you're like, no, yeah, no. You got a call, you're like, okay, cool. It's the kind of thing that you just have. You might meet someone, but then again, how many of you met someone in real life? You might meet someone on Tinder, or you might be on Tinder or Bumble or whatever the fuck they are, and then you meet someone at the gym. But not everyone's going out meeting people. Like when you go to the gym, maybe you fucking put your headphones on and you train hard. When you go out, you're going here. You're never really alone, or you don't really go out looking for those things. It's one more place to meet people because everyone's online. Everyone's on the internet. You go to a bar, there might be 20 people there and 2 single people. Would you rather go to a place where there's 10,000 single people or 2? Much better chance of finding someone when there's like 10, 20, 30, 40,000, 100,000, a million people using the same fucking app. That is why Tinder's better, because everyone's on it. Everyone's there. Just a thought. Yeah, I never wanted to hit up. I never looked. Look, you might see a hot chick or a hot guy at the gym. I'm busy. I'm doing work. I don't want to talk. I'm not like sweaty, just fucking stank, dripping with sweat in the middle of something. Hey, babe, you want to go out? Can you spot me? You're just like, you spot them. You're dripping sweat on them. So you want to get a protein shake sometime? You want to go get some chicken and broccoli? Want a meal prep? Yeah, girl. I will say. First date with Mama Swolio after Tinder, first date was leg day. Leg day. That was the first date. I wanted to do a leg day with her because I wanted to see her. I wanted to test her character. How fucking hot is that? We did a leg workout. Both of us were sore for like 3 weeks because you're kind of like trying to like show off a little bit in front of the other person. And I wasn't going super, super hard because I kind of had like some, muscle strains or something before. Oh, both of us overdid it hard. I was sore for like 3 fucking weeks. My hamstring felt like there was a guitar string in there. It was like a tight rope. Oh, I was fucked up. And I didn't know that she was training, but she didn't really train like that with, before she met me and we went that. And of course she's trying to hold her weight. Oh God. It was so, Ooh. That was good, though. That was good. Excellent first date. She hung. She did well. I wonder if anyone will hook up on the Daily Swole podcast. I met on the Daily Swole. We could do that. Should I be your Swole? Should I be the Swole mate, the Swole matcher? Maybe I should start a site, Swole Mates. I know they have that already. I'll match people. So we have Instagram here, and then we have everyone else. So we have YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, everyone, and then Instagram. Is anyone on Instagram looking for a Swole mate? Should we do that? Come on, I'm down. I'll match you up. I'll tell you who's talking over here. It could happen. It could. So anyway, that's why it's important. If you're on Instagram, you should go over and check out YouTube on the Daily Swole podcast. Join the conversation over there. So for those of you that are coming in on Instagram, you're like, who are you talking to? I'm talking to everyone else. You're the only one. Instagram's the only one that's not like part of the community in the middle of it. If you're on if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, you can see everyone's comments. You can only see Instagram here. So eventually maybe they'll allow the stream to be on Instagram too. I think that might be in the works. There might be some potential for that. I don't know. That would be great though. That would be huge. Me, but I'm all, you're in the Philippines. It's all good. DJ Ronpo. He's looking. Anyone in the Philippines? Anyone the Cupid Swole? Anyone in the Philippines looking for some pipe? Anyone want to get hooked? Anyone want to hook up in the Philippines? Come on, Philippines in the house. We got going once, going twice. Philippines, anyone, Philippines. Sorry, man. Sorry. Did my best. New York, it's too far. It's just too far. I mean, there is FaceTime and stuff. You can do all sorts of next level cyber sex, but let's not go down that road. We're going way into the weeds. This is about sleep, not all the other stuff, you freaks. Swole Squad. Hell yeah, man. Let's see. You're like the multitasker, Swole mate, and the new doctor and musician. That's awesome. That's right. I'm dropping my new album, Papa Swolio Sings. I got my Dr. Phil relationship repair going on. I'll make sure everyone finds a Swole mate. I got that going on. We got it. You never know what you're going to get on the podcast. You never know what you're going to get here. Didn't know it was going to go this direction, but I'm down with it. I'm down. I'm excited. So just a reminder for anyone that might be tuning in right now, because we're wrapping up this Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Michelle McDaniel from My Thoughts Will Probably Offend You, and Alan Roberts from Every Damn Day Motherfucking Fitness. I don't think I really need to introduce or tell you who they are. If you don't know, you will. You should, and you can go and watch their content in the meantime. I posted this in my story. I'll be sending out email blasts. I'll be posting on the blog. I'll be talking about tomorrow. It's in the pre-roll of the podcast. It's everywhere. It's also in my feed on Instagram, so you'll see all the details. So that is going down Thursday, but of course, we'll talk more tomorrow. And of course, Thursday is going to be fucking fire. So any questions, anything you want to check out, if you want to learn more about Swolenormous X memberships and the Daily Swole Club and becoming a part of the private Swolenormous fam and access to programs, yoga classes, all that stuff, go to swolenormousx.com. You can check out all the links. There's apparel links. There's the blog. If you want to subscribe to the podcast, all the links are there, swolenormousx.com. And I'll see you all tomorrow for episode 1181 of the Most Muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Thank you so much for joining me. See you tomorrow for 1181. Peace, McGee, Stoose Magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.